Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing, testing, 1, 2. And I think that is everything. Okay, so let's see. So I guess we'll start off over at the calendar. What's today? The 4th. Let's see what we got around here. All right, it's about that time. Let's go ahead and jump over to the scanners. So looking at the scanners this morning, I'm seeing top movers VSTE. Next mover is NLSP. So we got two pretty standout movers. One up 43%, one up 69%. VSTE and NLSP. Let's go ahead and look into. We'll start with the larger one, which is 70% gainer. And let's jump back over here. And so looking at our calendar at the FOMC, this is the 4th. So what's coming out today? The commercial paper, foreign exchange rates, and selected interest rates. So nothing big from them. Let's jump over to NASDAQ and see if we can find any news on VS. Vast Renewables Limited ordinary shares. Okay, so 6 days ago, they had news. Vast GGS Energy partner to bring CSP powered green methanol and CAF to the United States. Okay, so that was news from about a week ago. Let's check the other one that is up 43%, NLSP. NLSP. Okay, 2 hours ago, NLSP and Katimastim, I don't even know that word, Katimastim, enter a definitive merger agreement. So this one has more recent news. We'll see which one wins out. This one actually has news on the day, so I don't know. Weighted approach, I guess. I don't know. But BSTE being up more, we'll see. Both of them are heading towards 10 million shares just in pre-market alone. Let's jump over to the charts. So this, well, let's start with BSTE. This was the gap up. So it had a big move on Friday, just absolutely ripping from 262 up here to around $8, falling back down, and then another gap up touching over 10. So let's look at the bigger charts here and see what the monthly is looking like. Does it have a reputation or a history of doing this? So here was the open. Well, actually, it doesn't have a whole lot of trading history. Just under a year of trading. Well, that's what it looks like based on these charts. But it started at 14, dropped all the way back down here to 5, dropped down, popped up. All the way back up to 12, dropped down, popped up. All the way back down, popped up to 791. That was last month, was the highs. And so now it's sitting right around these highs here of that 791. Okay, but it started up here at 14, so I don't know what it can do, but hey, if it wants to get going, oh well. They do have news from like a week ago though, so I don't know how well that news will hold up. Let's go to NLSP on the monthly chart. And this one looks like it's had a couple of reverse splits. It says a high of 294. I don't know if it ever was actually at that price, but when they do reverse splits, it can change the values here on the charts. This one has a little bit more trading history. Been trading since what, a little bit before 2022, 2023, 2024, and now we're heading into 2025. It was at 360 on market close on Friday, and now it is up to 5, wherever 5 is, 518 right here. So which one looks more bullish, I guess? BST, it's going to open up way up here. It's going to be looking a little bit more bullish, and we'll see if people actually attack it that way. But yeah, we'll see. But good morning to everybody that's tuning in. Hopefully you all had a good weekend and are ready for the week ahead. Today, I see news popping out that says Donald Trump's return to the White House could propel these ETFs to new highs. I don't know what ETFs they're talking about. Let's see. As the election season heats up, certain ETFs could experience significant impacts if Donald Trump secures the presidency. These funds span various sectors, including cryptocurrencies, energy, and small cap stocks. One of the sectors that investors need to keep an eye out for is cryptocurrency. Favorable policies and regulatory frameworks could emerge, boosting the crypto industry. A recent analysis suggests Bitcoin, if Trump wins, Bitcoin could reach, that's a big word, could reach 90,000 if Trump wins, highlighting the importance of crypto policy in this election. Bitcoin-based ETFs like iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF. All of these are kind of like Bitcoin things. Bitcoin, Grayscale, Bitcoin. Let's see. The energy sector, often backed by Republicans, could also thrive under Trump administration, deregulation, and supportive. Okay, all right. I think this is a lot of assumptions for sure. Bitcoin, energy, and all that stuff. But we'll see what happens today. Let's go ahead and pop over to the NQ. Let's pop over to the NQ real quick. And we can see over the weekend, I started seeing it kind of make these higher lows I was looking at. It's just building up. And so I'm wondering what it'll do when it comes down here. Now, the SPY and the NQ and all of that is it red right now? I think all of them are a little bit red right now. But we'll see if it wants to go ahead and break down this level and if it wants to continue to hold this uptrend. I don't know if it will, but we'll see. But it has not actually tested it during intraday. It just did all of this during the weekend. And once it opened up on Sunday, ripped up, came back down, tested again, came back down, tested again. So this trend is getting a little bit more power behind it. So I'm thinking bullish. I just don't know when. I need to figure out the time to go bullish. NLSP falling back under $5. Had a high up here of 648. And the point of control during the pre-market is right here at 524-ish level. And so it's trading under the point of control right now. Let's look at VST. Same thing, but it's right on the point of control. So we'll see which one wants to get more active. VST does have a larger ATR right now, ATR of 65 cents. And then NLSP has a ATR 51. Now that could change on the open when the new calculations come out. It may jump up to 65, may jump up to 75 or 80. NLSP may jump up a little bit as well. But because we're seeing the action in the pre-market, let's look at the biggest moves during these pre-markets. So it moved right here at the open, or at the open of the day, at the open of pre-market, from 478 all the way up here to 10. Okay, now from there, the next pull down right here was from 975-ish to around this point of control. It tried to get back up there one time and just traded within this level and decided to kind of hold the lows of this level. So we have a little section down here, maybe around this $7 flat level, that could be some type of bounce point on the open. This one almost has 10 million shares, so plenty of eyes are already on it. Plenty of eyes have been trading it. So we got a whole $7 level there, and then we got a whole $8 up here. So between 7 and 8. Let's look at NLSP as well and see if there's any clear points. So it popped up here to 649. with some pretty nice wicks to the downside, some buying or some selling pressure, what it looks like selling pressure, and then getting under this point of control. So it would need to get back within this fighting area here, 515 to like 6 to really try to do anything. But we'll see on the open. We have about, I don't know, a couple minutes to the open, 15 minutes, more than 15 minutes. But we're watching and waiting to see what's going to be going on. Now, NLSP is the one that has the catalyst from 2 hours ago. VSTE has catalyst from 6 days ago. So we'll see which one is the hotter catalyst. Right now, VSTE has more volume, so I'm guessing more people looking at that one. But it would need to definitely fall quite a bit to lose out to NLSP. Let's jump back over to the NQ. Okay, NQ coming on down to this level right here. This upward trend that I saw, I don't know how powerful it's going to be, but it's been tested multiple times, and that's the only reason I really took notice of it. Got tested down here once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and now coming back down to this level. So my question is, if it does break, what will the resurgence back to the upside look like? You know, if it does break down this level, will it be like a fake and then a rocket up back towards the upside? I am pretty bullish on the market coming into this week, coming into all of the decisions being made. I don't know if it can break down to 20,000, but I'll definitely be patient. This was the previous level that it tested, so I'll definitely be patient and see if it can reclaim this level here, and I'll be looking to trade SOXL for that move. But right now, SOXS is the one that is getting some green action because the market is going down. And this is an inverse of the market. We look back over here at the charts. I have all of my ETFs and things that are following the market. If I separate this by beta, I can see the strongest followers of the market and how they're doing. So we got a couple that are like 1-to-1 with the market. They really are kind of weak followers. Let's see where the strongest ones are. So the strongest ones are here. So we got the VIX, which is a -6. That's pretty inverse. That's really inverse, actually. We have Hibbs, which is -4, -3. So we have a couple of the inverses that are nice and green. I say nice and green. They're a little green. But we'll have to see what the open does for those. But nothing to jump the gun on for sure. All right, back over to SOXS. We have a high here of 2269 that it looks like it's trying to make its way back up to as the SPY continues to, or not the SPY, well, I guess let's say it's the SPY, but the NQ continues to come down as well to this level. And the thing is, we haven't really retested any of these highs that it's made. It's got one at the 20,200s. It did do two tests here at the 20,250. But that one, I guess you can count that as a double touch. So we got 2 touches there that could be possible to hold. Actually, it did one right here too, 1, 2, 3. So it did a dive from this point, test right here at 2,200 as well. So could have room back up to these levels, but I want to see how it reacts to this this trend line. And I usually don't play trends, but I saw this and it was just like, that's a little bit too obvious, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches. I don't know. That's a little bit too much. If we look at the larger time frames, though, out here on the monthly, we can see that it's definitely had quite a bit of a ride up. This month of November, the highs touched 20,292 and still making higher lows. So no matter what, we can look at the monthly chart and see the overall trend is still very, very bullish, right? And so what I try to do, if I'm going to play an inverse like a SOXS or something like that, I try to just go ahead, take the profit and get on out of the way, because this overall trend, I'm trading against the most powerful trend basically in the market right now, which is the market itself with this big uptrend. But yeah, like to take that into consideration. And we have about 15 minutes to the bell. 15 minutes to the bell. Let's jump back over to VST. Looks like the other one we were watching did not hold up that 5, so it bounced off of my scan. So VSTE is the only one that I see on the scans now. I'd like them to come over 5 and show me that they got some, some gusto. But when they start breaking down that 5 and everything, it could pop up. It could pop up later on in the day, but I really like to see it during the day, especially it had catalyst. So why would it fall and VSTE doesn't, right? But looking at VSTE, these are the levels that we were looking at. It had this whole dollar level at the 7 that it could come back and test. It had the whole dollar level of 8, and then it had kind of 2 tops up here, which were some struggle points at the 970s. Up 60%. All right. Back over to the NQ. NQ coming on down to this level. But no buying action yet. But that doesn't mean it's not going to happen off of these lows. But as for now, the NQ is red on the day. So I want to allow it to do what it's going to do. If it wants to come back green, great. But yeah, right now the overall idea that's on the charts is red. Now it could reverse, and we've seen it multiple times. It'll hit a trend line and just absolutely rip out of there. But just gonna give it time. It's Monday, the beginning, and this is the first full week of the month. So give it some time. But if you guys are seeing anything else, definitely drop it into the chat, and I will definitely look into it. Whatever you're looking at, it doesn't really matter. I got all the charts. I got the stuff for everything: crypto, stocks, whatever. I use TradingView to see the crypto and mostly crypto for real. And then I use TOS to look for stocks and futures and all of that stuff. SOXS making its way on up. So I'm trying to definitely make sure that I'm trading things that are green. Right now, SOXS is green and moving up. The only problem is at the beginning of the week, ideas can shift very quickly with news reporting. And so I want to make sure that this one doesn't just cave off of some random news drop at the open or around the open. It has a point of control right here of 2246, which it is trading above, and just making its way on up. NLSP holding $5 for dear life. Maybe it'll get back over this 525, but it's right there, right on the edge. Pretty much got my watch list though. SOXS, VSTE, NLSP if it can come on and give something. And those 3 are pretty much the only ones that I really am like, I see with volume and moving the way we like to see them. There is another one that's VKTX that looks kind of crazy. Had a gap up here It had quite a bit of a sell-off back to this level. So it gapped up 80 bucks, went up to 91 and circled out. Let me go and look at news on this one. VKTX. And it's up 5%. Had news from 2 hours ago. Viking Therapeutics reports new data from a VK2735 obesity program at Obesity Week 2024. And then 4 days ago, it was to participate in upcoming investor conferences. So I don't know how strong that catalyst is. You know, I've seen some obesity catalysts do like really go really crazy, but I don't know if they're really strong or if the company was just trying to get funds. But I've definitely seen them go crazy. But this one is a little bit more expensive and it is a mid cap, actually, VKTX. And the way that I'm looking at that, I see all of my market caps here, and mid caps are from 2000. And this M stands for the millions, so 2000 millions, which would be going into the billions. But yeah, this one has 8,000, so that's a mid cap. It's a little bit heavier, maybe a little bit more choppy. VST is a small cap under that 2000 mark. TLT, that's a large cap. Nvidia, definitely a large cap. So yeah, just kind of look at those to see, okay, how fast can this thing move? Like it may have the potential of catalyst to move a long way, but how fast? All right, back over here. Ah, boy. NQ, just looking more and more like it wants to just test downwards. I mean, it's right here on the ATR lows and the trend. And I think, you know, if buyers do come in here, they're taking the most risk for a bounce back up. Now, they'll probably get paid the most if they jump in here off this trend. But if it breaks and continues down to maybe this 20,000, that's going to be pretty bad for any buyers that take it right there. Uh, of course, if it does bounce down here, there'll be better entries. So I'm like, risk to reward, right? If you take this, I'm sure they'll take it on like smaller size just in case it continues to drop on. They wouldn't take full size here. It's too much risk for it to continue going down. Especially with the SPY and the QQQs looking like they are too. But headed on down. So SOXS should be headed up. Still, yep. Just slowly grinding up. Should break this top at 2270 here shortly. But it does not have a whole lot of volume behind it. 2 million shares on SOXS. NLSP could not hold above that 5. We have about 8 minutes to the bell. It's literally sitting on 499. VST sitting right here at the point of control, 773. And the high, I guess the first high to break would be right around the 825s here. That's been formed. So how much is that? That is, where's my calculator? 773, 825. So 825 minus 7. Let's just say 770. It's about 55 cents back up to these highs if it does it. Hmm. 55 cents. I think I'm also gonna watch BKTX to make sure it doesn't go crazy though. It just looks like it's gonna be a slow grinder up if it does go, but it is up 6%. Don't want to forget about it. Only 3 million shares traded though. All right, SOXS trying to break over this 2270 as the NQ is breaking down. Got a little bounce off this trend here. And like I said, these guys, whoever took this buy right here, are taking the most risk because this thing definitely could just plummet back down through this ATR low and really get them trapped up. Very risky play right there. High of this candle is all the way back up here at 20,132. I am going to give it time. If it does drop down here, I'm like, okay, let's try to see if we can go bullish somewhere up in here. And it may not even be today because I really want to see NQ turn green before I go bullish on it, you know, start showing a little bit of green. But there is a lot of indecision in the markets. $5 minutes left to the, oh, wow, that went through quick. Okay, well, getting through that trend line, like I said, these guys took the most risk, and so they're sitting in pain if they're holding. And it created a low down here at 20 or yeah 20,088. Let's see if it can go ahead and continue down and then work to reclaim this trend at some point in the future. That means SOXS has probably popped through that 70. Yep, popped through that 70, but not really aggressively, probably because of the lack of volume. Oh, did a little pop there, up to 778. May get into the 80s here. 80s, where those 80s at? Go ahead and do it. You know you got it. Got about less than 4 minutes left. Giving that some time. Back over to VSTE. Still working its way down. Like I said, it's got this whole dollar level down here that could be an attack point. Then NLPS or NLSP still looking very bearish to the downside under the fives. 4 minutes left to the open. Getting a pull back up. There's a little bit of buying pressure. Now, this could let them escape here. So whoever bought up here, they could escape here before it continues down. Definitely giving them a breather off that pain. And there it is, continuing on down. Let's go. Well, it's getting it's definitely some a war going on in here. Look at these prices moving. Well, pop back over. They pop back over this level. And now it's definitely giving them plenty of time to get out if it's going to continue down. High of this candle is all the way up here at 20,133. I'm sure at this point they're like, you know, this gives me a chance to get out. Let me just do that before it dives. Two minutes left until the open, and I'm thinking it's going to get back under this trend line. right. Work your way on down. Work your way on down. Yeah, NLPS just dropping away from 5. Not a good look for it. Um, VSTE looking way better, even though it doesn't have catalyst, which is scary. So we'll see what that one wants to do. We have about 30 seconds on the clock. SOXS snapping back down as well on that on it showing green. Oil prices spike over 3% as OPEC plus delays production increases in ahead of the U.S. election. So they delay the production increases. All right. I'm using TOS for news right now. Let's see what does what. So we'll watch VSTE first. ATR highs up here at 823, ATR lows down here at 689. Remember that hold dollar level is between it and that ATR low. Let's jump over to NLP SP going update, my boy. There we go. NLSP falling towards the ATR lows, and that's just out of range. Let's jump back over to NQs. So now it looks like it's holding up, but yeah, I still think it can get back under this this level here. But definitely receiving some buying pressure. It is under the point of control as well. Point of control is up here at 2,159. Getting a little slam right there. Let's look at SOXS. What it's looking like. Big slam down into an indecision-like level around here at the 2259s. Now, if if NQ start to dump, this is going to go right back through that 2270 level, which is looking like it wants to, but we'll see. SOXS, only 3 million shares right now. Not a whole lot of visibility there. And then we got NQ, like I said, coming right back down to this level, getting on under. Gave him a chance to get out, but yeah. So now SOXL should be right here and kind of like an indecision. These wicks though, I don't trust. I want to see it kind of hold the 2257s for a bit and really show us that it can actually, you know, get up. But I am planning on trading things that are green, so we'll see how that goes for today. Continues to pop back up. Looking over here on the larger, on the other charts, the SPY and the QQQ. So NQ has broken down the ATR low. QQQ has broken down the ATR low. SPY is the only thing that hasn't broke it down yet. Sometimes the SPY is a hold up for a lot of investors because a lot of people like to see all three of them in agreement. And if the SPY is holding up, it's like, okay, let's give this thing some time because things can happen and bounce back like they are now. So let me look at the NQ real quick. Like, let me hold up just a minute because these wicks are not looking, come on now, chill out. These wicks are not looking the most great, but they are holding this trend line, which in turn makes me think, okay, SOXS, are you really going to be able to go down here? Because there is some buying pressure around this trend line. SOXS popping back up there. On the Monday morning. Looking like it wants to continue to fall, but just has not broken out of the ATR highs yet. And this is a lower high. So yeah, I'm not too sure about it. Just in indecision. If it was above this level, I'd be like, okay, this is looking bullish. But it's still within kind of like a indecision. Right. Anyway, let's go back over to VST. It did test this $7 level. It has a high up here of 769 from where it is now. So if it starts getting buying pressure around this 709, the high up here and the break of the point of control would be 784. But this is the first 15 minutes. Let's go back over to VKTX, which is not looking great. Where's the other one? This one, NLPS, just dropped off the map. Not too worried about it. If it couldn't hold up, it's out of there. Taking that off. Even though it had the catalyst. VSTE though, holding up this level, looking for a break above the point of control at the 779s, holding this $7 whole dollar level. It has 10 million shares traded on it. Has a ATR of 81 cents. So it's looking like it's pulling back up in there. We'll see what kind of action. But the thing is, the reasoning behind it is crazy. You know, this move, even if it does rip, the reasoning is kind of like, okay, does it even have a reason for people to be buying this specific level? Which sometimes can get you left in the dirt. If you're thinking like that, some people just take it. They're like, well, if it rips, it rips. And if it doesn't, I will stop out at $7 right here, which would be what, a 30 cent loss if you were gonna risk it. And then rip over this 760 whatever will be 30 cents into the profit. So that's how some people think of it. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just in the okay, VKTX. I'm taking that one off. It's trash. Going on down. Socks. SOXS popped out here. Looking good. It is green on the day. It's nice and green on the day. Bottom of this candle, I want to see this candle close. And the point of control, which it is still above, is the 2248. 2248 on the breakdown of that pattern we were looking at earlier. So this is the pattern right here. It allowed people to get out, and then it dove. Now it has the 20,000 here, which was the previous level that was tested. And it's going towards it pretty quickly here. Pretty quickly down here to the 20,000s. The only issue is the stock that I would trade on this is XOXL, which is nice and red on the day, so I'm not jumping into that one. I will give that time to you know, do what it's gonna do, and be more interested in SOXS because it is going in the motion that I wanted to go anyway. So 2296 down there with the ATR high at 2275. I'll just be waiting for pullback. VSTE lost that $7 level, popped through it just a little bit, but it is still in between the ATRs. Hasn't fully broken down the ATR low, which is 678. Got a wick down there, but couldn't really break it fully. All right, this one just continues to ride up. Ride up. SOXS. And now all three of them are in agreement that this is a downwards move for sure. NQ, QQQs, and the SPY all under the ATR lows. So I'm just waiting on a pullback. I'll be playing SOXS today. For some scalps. Yeah, VST just isn't looking great for morning trading. All right. News just keeps coming in. So let's see. Sector update, tech stocks advance, pre-market Monday. This is our pre-market. This is the oil price spike over 3% as OPEC delays production that I was reading earlier. Market Clubhouse, what is this? Market Clubhouse morning memo. Good morning, traders, blah, blah, blah. We will discuss SPY, QQQ, Apple, Microsoft, all of the big names, tech stocks, whatever. Anyway, I'm going to be watching SOXL or SOXS unless it just absolutely plummets to the downside and breaks down this candle right here, 2243. That's going to be, I'm going to be like, yeah, that's too much. that's too much. Or if it even breaks down into this level, into this indecision down here, that's going to be too much. I don't want to see it indecisive. But it does have a high up there of 2304 right now. If it comes back in here, that's going to be, I don't want to trade consolidation. Anyway, you guys know what I'm looking at. SOXS, the small cap. Oh, we got more small caps showing up. What am I doing? ADN is up here. What is this other one? NUE, NUWE, up 100 and something percent. So some of these cheaper ones I won't be touching. ADN is up though 110%. NUE up 95%. Staff up $2 and or staff up 62 cents. So if you're looking for some cheaper heat, there you go. ADN, NUWE. I'm not gonna waste too much time looking into the news and everything because I'm probably not gonna be trading those. Plus, I need to get to my morning meeting. Appreciate you guys for tuning in for sure. Definitely keep your head on a swivel if you're gonna be trading anything today. And yeah, that's it for me. Have a great Monday morning. I'll be back on Wednesday and Friday. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.